certainly we're getting there. I have that you had all the answers for my dictation for today's exam. So I don't feel the need to collect that. I don't feel the need to show the answers to that. Although I can do show the answers if you need me to. But so what we're going to do is we're going to have a quiz later in class today. It will be a harmonic dictation quiz since that's what you had worked on for homework. So until then, let's take care of some of these sightseeing tasks that we have this morning. How about opening up your sightseeing books to page 91. 91. And we'll take a look at melody 618. 618 at the top. And we'll all sing that one together to loosen our vocal cords. By the way, I gotta say, I like this nice weather here. We're supposed to be in the 70s today. We were yesterday. We're supposed to be in the 70s for the rest of the week. I can really get used to that. And then next week it starts to plummet. But it'll eventually ease through that, of course. So we can have winter. Anyway, 618 on page 91 is in the key of E minor. And if I asked you what form of the minor scale would be best for us to sing in preparation for this tune, you would say harmonic minor. Yeah, I see one accidental. I see the D sharp. I wonder if we're going to get a piano tuner in here before the end of the year. Probably not. I don't know if I'm going to sing a high or low scale. I guess I'll sing a high scale. Okay, let's do harmonic minor together. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, re, ti, do, ti, re, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Do, re, sol, re, do. In my book, I have, trying to think here, I have the end of the second full measure circled because I see a descending arpeggiation of a 5 chord. And then I also have that the end of the third to last measure circled because I see a descending arpeggiation of the 5. Try it again. The re, ti, sol. All right, so this is hand signs, as you know. We're going to start with sol. We're going to start on sol. And this is in 4/2. So just so that I make sure I get this right, I'm tapping twice, and I'm tapping the quarter notes, and I'm conducting the half notes. All right, let's give it a shot. How about a tempo of 1, 2, 3, 4. Sol, do, re, mi, sol, re, do, re, ti, sol, re, mi, fa, sol, mi, fa, sol, fa, sol, re, sol, fa. Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're right. You're right. I made sure that I had the tapping and everything correct. Okay, well, we should probably do it again, especially for those that are going to get drawn or else volunteer today. They probably want a little more warm-up, so. Let me check our pitch. Well, I tell you, I say one thing, like we're going to hand sign this, and then I do the opposite. All right, one more time through, because of my goof. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, do, re, mi, so, re, do, re, mi, so, re, mi, fa, so, mi, fa, so, fa, so, re, so, fa, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, so, do, re, mi, so, re, do. There. Now I think we did it properly. Would anyone like some tea? Make sure we do it properly. Very good. Let's move on. I'd like to quiz today on the next two melodies, 619 and 620. Would you like to volunteer? Which one?
I'll do 619.
Okay, 619, that'd be great. Does anyone want to take 620 before I draw a name from the bag? That would be neat if Hannah raised her hand because she wants to go multiple times. I know you've already went, but you know, if you want to sing everything like 3-4 times. Okay. All right, so the one name I'm going to draw for 620 is Daniel. All right. So we have our singers for today. So let's see, Kylie. Oh, you have an interesting key. What key are you in?
E flat minor.
Yeah, E flat minor. I don't get a lot of E flat minor in this thing. Alright, so I could hear, I didn't look. Which scale are you going to sing?
Harmonic.
Okay, good.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, so, fa, mi, re, do.
Very nice. And it looks like you start on do. And don't be like me. I mean, make sure you do the conducting this time instead of the opposite.
Do, sol, re, sol, fa, mi, re, mi. Do, sol, re, sol, fa, sol, mi, re. Re, mi, re, do, ti, do, re, ti. Sol, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do.
Wow, I do believe she's got it. Why don't we all speak in an English accent today? I'm just kidding. I don't do a very good English accent. That was very good. Very well prepared. Excellent job. I must say, wow. Okay, so we've got Colleen. Great job there. By the way, a lot of you, oh, I don't know, some of you, actually I don't know. Some of you have passed your 300 level juries, I believe. But a lot of you probably have not yet. And some of you are probably going to be doing those next semester. Or a lot in your juries, if you play an instrument, for instance, are you doing minor scales on your instrument? Is this the semester that you guys start doing? Does this help? I mean, just being able to hear, I would think that it's got to be at some kind of an aid, even if it's not that noticeable, just to be able to hear what you need for melodic and harmonic and natural minor scales. In fact, I've even heard that in this class, if you, whatever instrument you play, if you remember the fingering, certainly for some of those, it might help you be able to sing those correctly, and vice versa, especially when you get to that. Now, for vocalists, you guys don't have to sing scales, do you? That's interesting. So instrumentalists have to know scales and arpeggios in all the keys, I would think, but vocalists don't. Well, I don't make the rules. I'm sure vocalists have their own challenges. Very good. Okay, so 620 we're going to go to now. And here's another interesting key we don't get quite a bit. Daniel, what key would you say we're in?
G minor.
G close. G what minor?
G sharp minor.
Yes, G sharp minor. And I have, before I go to the piano, I have melodic minor written. Yeah. So that's raised long T on the way up and lowered T and lay on the way down. Okay, let's start at the top again. Yes, I feel like if you hear the te and the lay, then the may will stay minor when you get there. I find that helpful. Okay, so where's sol? That's your first pitch. Yeah, okay. Let's not get any lower than that. All right, we're gonna hear this in the pit. Very good. And yours looks like it's hand signs. I can't sing that one. Good job. You got caught just a little bit at the end, but you found your way through and it worked out just perfect. Good job. That was nice. Boy, it's kind of nice to hear that rich really goes. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and no more quizzing for today. By the way, you probably know who you are, but I think there's about half of us left. So I haven't heard you sing yet. Kieran, Dusty, Riley, Haley, Treston, or Colson. I think you guys are the ones left. So next week we'll probably take up 4 out of those 6. Get through 4 more students. So. Very good. So where was I? I think I was wanting to have us take a look at Melody 621. It's right at the same page, at the very bottom. 621 on page 91. And the reason I wanted to go through this one is because starting with 621, you can see there's another section heading in your book, section 3. And this focuses on leaps of a 4th and a 5th within the 5/4. So I know it's been probably several classes since we did this. When we started the chapter, we have, for instance, if I have do, re, ti, sol, do. We're used to singing sol, do, but are we used to singing sol, re? Because sol to re, that's a leap within the 5/4. And so we're going to get a lot of leaps between re and sol, or sol and re, the reverse direction. Okay, and let me just reestablish a key here. This one's going to be in the key of G. And then I'll play a few sol to re's and re's to sol. context, in the 5 chord, or you're not in context in the 5 chord, and then it'll make sense when we resolve that to 1 or to do. Okay, so first of all, let's sing the scale. We'll sing a G. Oh, by the way, we're going back to major. All right, so sing a G major scale, and then I'll have you follow my hand signs for some practice in pitches. Here we go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Do, mi, sol, do, sol, mi, do. Okay, everybody sing, well, I guess it doesn't matter which octave you're in. Can everyone sing sol for me? Sol. Now sing do. Do. Go back to sol. Okay. Re. Do it again. Sol. Re. Do. Okay. Sol. You can go up an octave if you want. Try this again. Sol, sol. Sol, sol. Okay, try sol. Sol, re. Do it again. Sol, re. One more time. Sol, re, do. And just to check it again. Sol, re. Good. One more time. Sol, sorry. Re, do. Okay. 621. This melody is chock full of sol rays and ray sols. And I know the first time I did that interval, it sounded like, what in tarnation? It doesn't come naturally, it doesn't roll naturally off the tongue. At least to me, that interval. So I had to work at that a little bit. So we're going to sight read 621 as best we can. Do, I think that's good enough for a do. And this one is conducting. All right, here we go. For a Mozart melody, how about a tempo of 1, 2, 3. Do, do, ti, do, re, sol. Do, do, ti, do, re, sol. Do, do, ti, do, re, sol. Mi, sol, re, sol. Mi, do, ti, do. Yeah, see how there's a lot of re sols and sol rays in there? We're going to sing that one more time just for to solidify it. But I believe most of the melodies that you're assigned for next class may have, to a certain degree, lesser degree or greater degree, a fair amount of leaps from sol to re. So just be careful about those. I think if you sing it enough times and you sing it, you let it soak in, you let your mind take that in, that sound. Pretty soon, sol to re or re to sol won't be that tricky. It shouldn't be that tricky. Okay? So I'm going to check our pitch, and we're going to sing 621 one more time. Oh, and by the way, for those of you that are, getting familiar with this melody already, let's see if we can obey the dynamics, because it goes from forte to piano. Forte to piano. That'll make it really neat. Okay, one more time through 621, please. 1, 2, 3. Do, do, ti, do, re, sol. Do, do, ti, do, re, sol. do, re, sol, re, sol, re, sol, mi, do, si, do. Yeah, I like that. It adds musicality to it. Very good. That is all the practice I wanted to do sightseeing-wise in your book today. I'm going to leave a little bit of time, as I said, for our quiz in class, and then we'll hopefully have time to do just one more thing ear training-wise after that. So if you'll close your books, make sure you've got a pencil. I will give you a half sheet here to work with, and we'll do a short harmonic dictation quiz. What is the chord of focus this unit? The 2 chord, right? And this one happens to be in a minor key. What is the only position, bass position, or inversion of the 2 chord in a minor key? 2 diminished 6. That's right? It's diminished, and it will only be found in first inversion with fa in the bass. Right? We don't have root position 2 diminished. Not in minor. So I have in my notes, I'd like to play this dictation for you 5 times. I might not have put that on this quiz sheet, but I'd like to play it for you 5 times. And you can see that this dictation is in the key of D minor. So we will sing a D harmonic minor scale. A D harmonic minor scale. Maybe I can do it from here so I don't have to keep going back and forth. All right, harmonic minor, ready? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, re, ti, do, ti, re, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Do, re, sol, fa, sol, re, do. Good. Let me voice the first chord for you. Here's the bass, the tenor, the alto, which makes it minor. Way to go, altos. And the soprano. You can see there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chords. And bass notes, melody notes, and Roman numerals. So here we go. First hearing. like to identify the cadence near the end of the example and you get it right, I'll put a little extra credit on there. Especially since we're doing 4 in theory again. This is going to be the final here for this dictation. While we are serenaded by the soothing sounds of the snare drum. Very well. I'd like to come around and collect this now. Perfect. I can come back if you're still working. So the last thing I'd like to work on today is I'd like to go through one melodic dictation. This melodic dictation that I'm going to do, I'll tell you, the first 2 or 3, I don't remember, years that I taught here, I used to do this melodic dictation that I'm going to do with you, I used to treat it as a quiz in class. And then after 2 or 3 years, whatever it was, I decided, it's kind of a little tricky. I'm not getting the grades I was expecting on that quiz, so I decided I'll just do it in class, not for a grade, just for practice. And so that's the one we're going to work on. And in a moment you'll be able to hear, and you'll be able to decide whether you think it's that difficult or whether it's not so bad, that kind of thing. But remember that in our melodic dictations, we can have the 2 chord being outlined or arpeggiated, right? And we again, I don't think it's hard to overestimate that, in minor keys, the 2 chord is going to always be re and fa and la. But in minor keys, did I say, I don't remember what I said. In minor keys, the diminished chord 2 is going to have fa in the bass, and it's going to have lay, and then it's going to have re. So I guess if I flip this one around, you can see the difference. I put this one in inversion. This would be fa, la, and re. And we've arpeggiated this chord a few times vocally. We'll go ahead and do it again before I get into the example. Let me tell you that it is, in your ear training books, it's going to be on page 150. And I don't keep track very well of if you still have that page, but I hope you still have page 150. What's the consensus? Some of you have it, some of you don't. On page 150, we're going to work with number 3. Number 3. I think, it's an 8-measure long melody, so it's a little bit lengthy, not the worst. And you can see that it's in the key of G minor. G minor. So after we sing, I'll go to the piano, and after we sing a G harmonic minor scale, I'd like us to vocally arpeggiate this progression again, just so we can feel and hear the difference between the 4, which is a minor chord in minor keys, and then right next to that, or adjacent to that, we'll vocally arpeggiate the diminished triad in first inversion. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll come to a standard cadence in the key of G minor. Well, I need to get one of those pit pipes. I have to keep coming over here. Let's play G. Does Dr. Armstrong use that once in a while? Pitch pipe? Not only, maybe only for recital concerts or something.
We use it in chamber choir, like last year we had acapella, so that's right.
Oh, okay. Okay, G minor is the key. And like I said, we'll sing a harmonic minor scale first, and then we'll vocally arpeggiate this progression. So let's do a harmonic minor scale first. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, re, si, do, di, re, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Okay, let's give our best shot doing this. Here we go. I'll sing with you. Do, re, sol, re, do. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how the melodies in our sight singing book, we're focusing on jumping to re, which is just a step above do. We just sang here fa, le, do, and then we have to sing fa, le, re, so we have to leap to re again, which is just a step above do. So we're getting a lot of that going immediately to re from any point, jumping to that pitch. And I find that to be very reinforcing, very satisfying, since we're doing it in multiple instances. Okay, so on page 150, number 3, I do want to tell you that many of the measures in this melody arpeggiate diatonic harmonies that form a well-formed progression. Okay, so what does that mean? All of these are diatonic harmonies. These form a well-formed progression. I'm not saying that the passage, that the melody I play is going to be this exact thing, but you know that you're probably near the beginning of the melody, you'll have some notes that fit into the 1 chord. Somewhere near the middle of the melody, you'll have notes that fit into a predominant, and then a dominant and a tonic near the end. Okay? So use because you guys are veterans, use your knowledge of what you know about theory also to help you in your listening. with this melody. And I'll ask for your opinion after I play this. Maybe I have time to play it 5 times. But I'll ask your opinion to see if, what do you think, if it's like super hard and not for a quiz, or if it's doable and I should still keep it as a quiz. Obviously not for your class. Okay, so G minor is the key. And it looks like, does it start on Do? And did they give you the first note or the first 2 notes? Or
First 2.
the first 2, so they gave you Do and A? Okay. All right, we're in triple meter. And let's give it a hearing here. How about a tempo of 1, 2, 3. hearing number 4. 1, 2, 3. Feel that more of the learning will go on when we go over the answer anyway. So let's hear it one last time. 1, 2, 3. When I used to give this melody for a quiz, we had a little bit more time, obviously. I did give 6 hearings rather than 5. So let's go over the answer quickly. I hope you heard that the first measure was an arpeggiation of the 1 chord. Okay? So I can, if I mean, it's just a melody, it's not like a bass line too, but if I analyze that, I would have do, re, sol, do. And then the next measure, it went down stepwise. Sol, fa, mi. Now, does anyone know what triad was arpeggiated in the next measure? The 4 chord, yeah, that's right. Sol, fa, mi. So then it went fa, le, whoops, gotta get the rhythm right. Fa, le, do, do. So that was what the high note was there. And then it arpeggiated instead of coming stepwise down. Do, le, fa. So these 2 measures are all 4 chord, or C minor triad. Now this one is a third lower. So a third lower than the 4 chord is going to give you the 2 chord. Re, fa, le, le. Now it's not in first inversion because this is a melody. It's not a bass line, no, we don't have a full texture. But re, fa, le, le, and then it went stepwise down. Le, sol, fa, mi. Then it got then it did an arpeggiation. So this has to be the 5 chord. Re, ti, sol, do. Don't forget the sharp on T. Now that's a lengthy, pretty heavy duty 8-measure melody. If you can hear the arpeggiations here, stepwise, arpeggiations all the way through these measures, arpeggiation here, stepwise, arpeggiation, final tonic note. Now again, if you had one more hearing and a little bit more time, what do you think? Is this okay for a quiz, or is it just a little too beyond? It's too hard for a quiz, right? It's definitely, I think, yeah, it's definitely challenging. Yeah, so I guess it varies. I've decided, though, to not do it as a quiz anymore. I think it's just maybe a little too long or a little over the top, and students at this stage are not quite ready for it yet. But I gave it to you as practice so that we could look at it and say, you know, if you can get a melody like this, then I think you can get the melody that's on the final exam. Because I don't think it's, I have to look, but it can't be any harder than this. This is 8 measures, pretty lengthy that way. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, the piano was a little out of tune, but see, that's just a triad, stepwise. Now this is all a triad. And here's a triad again. That's your 2-chord, stepwise. Now here's your last triad. Okay, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for your patience and hard work. I think it was a good, productive class. And I'm going to take gears and shift to gears.
Aural, because I forgot. I love that. Don't you? I really give you the lines to see.